Don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. So without any delay, let's get started. And today we are going to do Python. So today we are gonna do Python, and in Python we are gonna do lists. We are gonna cover everything about lists in this video. So let's get started. Oh, killing me. Yeah. So we are gonna do all these things. So like logically they are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You can see them 12 chapters, but they are exactly not 12 chapters. Some chapters are really small but informative. So let's get started. So Python lists. So the syntax of list is like this. So you give the variable, so you give the list name. So whatever list you want, its name. Then you set it to you give square brackets, opening and closing square brackets, and in that you give the element that you want to add. Then if that then after adding it, just give comma and then add the second element, then comma and then add the third element. So like here we are giving the apple, this is the apple element, then comma, banana, comma, cherry. List. So lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Lists are used to store multiple items in a single variable. Something other like list is tuples. Tuples is also like list, so you can save multiple items in a single variable. But you will see lots of differences between tuple and list. So we will see the difference between tuples and list when we will do tuples. But right now let's focus on this. Lists are one of 4 built-in data types. So lists are one of the 4 built-in data types in Python used to store collections of data. So there are 4 built-in data types that are used in Python that are used to store collections of data. The 3 other are tuple, set, and dictionary. Okay, and list is the 4th one. So tuple, set, dictionary, and lists are used to store collections of data. So basically they are used to store multiple items in a single variable, all with different qualities and usages. So tuples, set, dictionaries, and lists all have different qualities and usage. Lists are creating using square brackets. So lists are created using square brackets. So how to create a list? Just like give the list name, it's equals to square brackets, and in that item number 1, comma, item number 2, comma, item number 3. You can give as many items as you want. Okay, so like apple, banana, cherry. If I wanted to add a fruit, one more fruit, like for example I want to add strawberry, or if I want to add numbers also, so I can add numbers also. Okay, it does not mind. And then I am printing the list using the print command, so it will print the whole list. So this was my list and it has printed the whole list. Okay, so any multiple data types can also be there in a list. So like a string can be there, number can be there, a boolean can be there, so a true value can also be there in the list, and a list can be also in a list. So like you can add a list also in a list, and in that list there can be different items. Okay, and then to access this list, this thingy, you have to go to its index. So its index is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So index 8, and if I want to access this list's 0th element, so like the first element, then I will give brackets 0. Okay, 3434 is being printed. Okay, and like I could have given more data types like tuple, and all the data types can be there in a list. Okay, so this was the syntax how to make a list. List items. List items are ordered, changeable, and allow duplicate values. So these list items are ordered. If they're not, they are ordered because we access them using their index. And if they were not ordered and we access them using their index, it would be useless because every time a different value would come and we would not like it. Okay, so they are ordered, they are changeable, so we can change the lists, and they allow duplicate values, so they can be same values in it, duplicate values. List items are indexed. Okay, so they are indexed. The first item has index 0, so the first item has index 0, the second item has index 1, the third item has index 2, the fourth item has index 3, and so on. Okay, so now ordered. When we say that lists are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order. So like when we say that the lists are ordered, it means that the items have a defined order, and that order will not change. That order will not change. Okay, if you add new items to a list, the new item will be placed at the end of the list. So if you try to add new item to the list, it would add it at the end of the list. Okay, so note there are some list methods that will change the order. So there are some list methods that will change the order also. Like one of the method is sort. Okay. Another method is reverse. Okay. But in general, the order of the items will not change. If you run a method on a list, that method may change the order. It may change the order. It's not compulsory that it would change the order, but it may change the order. Okay, but in general, the list order, the order of the items will not change. Okay, and we will learn everything today, how to do everything with lists. Okay, so stay tuned. Changeable. The list is changeable. So the list is changeable, meaning that we can change, add, and remove items in a list after it has been created. So after we create a list, we can change, add, and remove items in it. So that is called the list is changeable. It allows duplicates. Since lists are indexed, so they are indexed, lists can have items with the same value. Lists can also have items with the same value. So like lists allow duplicate values. So here we have a list in which the first element is apple, the second is banana, the third is cherry, the fourth is apple, and it is cherry. The last one is cherry. So it would not give us an error because lists allow us to keep duplicates. So these are duplicate values. It will not give us error because lists allow us to keep duplicates. List length. So how to determine the list length? Let's check it out. To determine how many items a list has, use the length function. So to determine how many items a list has, use the length function. So print the number of items in the list. So here we have this list apple, banana, cherry, and if we print the length of this list, that means we are check in length. Length returns us. In length we have to pass one argument, that is the list whose length you want to check. Okay, and then length will return us a number. That number will say that how many items the list contains. So right now we are checking the length of this list and then we are printing it. So length will return 3 as there are 3 items in it. Okay, it would not return us 2. It's the first item's index is 0, but it has no relation with the length. Okay, it checks the item. The 0th element is the first item. The first element is the second item, and the second element is the third item. Okay, so print the number of items in the list. So using the length method, we can print the number of items that are there in the list. So it is giving us 3. So if I change this like something to, if I add more thingies and then I run this, so it is giving the length of the list. It is 6 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it is correct. List items data types. So list items data types. So the items data types. List items can be of any data type. So the list items can be of any data type. String, int and boolean data types. So they can be of any data type. So like here we have a list which has string data type, second list has number data type, and third list has boolean data type. So list can contain any data type. A list can contain different data types also. So a list can contain different data types also. So like here there is a list with strings, integers and boolean values. So like ABC is a string, 34 is an integer, true is a boolean, 40 is a integer, male is a string. So like one list can contain different data types also. Now the type function. From Python's perspective, lists are defined as objects with the data type list. So lists are defined as objects with the data type list. So their data type is list. So this is their data type. So when we try to check the type of any list, Python will show this class and then list. Okay. Example, what is the data type of the list? So like my list here, and then we check its data type. So it is showing us class list. Okay. So now we are on the list constructor. It is possible to use the list constructor when creating a new list. So it is possible to use the list constructor when we are creating a new list. So instead of creating a new list, for example, like this, with square brackets, you can also create it with the list constructor. What you have to do, you have to give the list name equals to the list constructor. In that you give the list that you want to create in like parentheses, apple, banana, cherry. Okay, so list is a method, so you're passing it this. Okay, note the double round brackets. So there are double round brackets. One is for the list method and the other is for the list itself. And then we print this list. So a normal list would be printed. Okay. Okay. Python collections arrays. So there are 4 collection data types in Python programming language. There are 4 collection data types. What is a collection? A collection is in which there can be multiple values. Okay. List is a collection which is ordered and changeable. So list is a collection which is ordered and changeable. It allows duplicate members. So it also allows duplicate members. What is tuple? Tuple is a collection which is ordered and unchangeable, and it also allows duplicate members. So what is the difference between list and tuple? The difference is that lists are changeable and tuples are not they are unchangeable. Set is a collection which is unordered. So it is unordered and it is unindexed. So it is not indexed only. And it does not allow duplicate members. So no duplicate members. Okay. And dictionary is a collection which is unordered and changeable. So dictionary is a changeable and no duplicate members. So what is the difference between set and dictionary? The difference is that sets are unindexed and dictionary are changeable. And these both are unordered and there are no duplicate members in it. When choosing a collection data type, it is useful to understand the properties of that type. So when you want a collection data type, it is useful to understand the properties of that type. That what does it allow? If you want duplicate members, that then you want one of the list or tuple. You want to use the one of these both. If you want the it should allow duplicate members. It should be ordered and it should be changeable. Then you use list. If you want that it should be ordered, it should be unchangeable and it allows duplicate members, then use tuple. Okay, so according to the properties of that type, you have to select the collection type. Choosing the right type for a particular data set could be, so like choosing the right type for a particular data set could mean retention of meaning, and it could mean an increase of efficiency or security. So choosing the right type for a particular data set could mean retention of meaning. So it could mean retention of meaning, and it could mean an increase in efficiency or security. So always choose the right data type. Okay, so we have just completed this chapter, and I would say one thing, this was the almost, I could say it is most probably the longest chapter. Most probably, I don't know. So let's have a 5 seconds break. 1, 2, 3. I will take 15 rounds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and finally 10, 11. I'm feeling dizzy. I can't take anymore. Ooh. Just a second, guys. I was feeling very dizzy. Okay. Access list items. So now we are on access list items. List items are indexed and you can access them by referring to the index number. Till now we have learned how to create a list and how to print it using a print statement and all, but we have not learned how to access items of the list. So list items can be indexed. So like list items are indexed and you can access them by referring to the index number. So like print the second item of the list. So if you want to print the second item of the list, if you want to print the second item of this list, then how would you do it? You remember the index, so you have to print them using the index. So like this first item's index is 0, second item's index is 1, and third item's index is 2, and you want to print second item, so second item's index is 1. So if you print this list 1, then it would print the second item. Okay, and it is printing the second item because it is printing the second item, though we are giving 1, because the first item has index 0. First item has index 0, so second item has index 1, then the other is index 2, index 3, index 4, index 5, and like this. Okay. Negative indexing. Till now we have seen how to access list items with positive integers. But how to access list items using negative indexing? In negative indexing means starting from the end. So negative indexes means starting from the end. -1 refers to the last item, -2 refers to the second last item, etc. So it's like this: -1 refers to the last item, -2 to the second last, -3 to the third last, -4 to the fourth last, -5 to the fifth last, okay, fifth last, and like this. So if you don't know if you don't know what is the length of your list, and you want the last item, so you could instead of doing some math calculations, you could just access the minus. You could just give -1, and the last index would come. Sorry, the last item would come. Like we are doing this list -1, so cherry would come as it is the last item. Quite easy. Okay, so now we are on range of indexes. We have learned how to access a list item using positive indexes, negative indexes. But if you want to access list items if you want to access list items, not a specific list item, if you want to access multiple list items, then how could you do it? So range of indexes. You can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. So you can specify a range of indexes by specifying where to start and where to end the range. When you specify a range, the return value will be a new list with the specified items. Okay, so like here we have this list. Okay, and we want from 2 till 5. So what is the item at 2 index? It is 0, 1, 2. It is cherry. So from cherry till 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would not take the fifth one. It takes one less. So like if you give 5 over here, it would take it till 4. If you give 4 over here, it would take it till 3. And so it would return third, fourth, and fifth item. So 2, 3, 4. So this is the third item, this is the fourth item, and this is the fifth item. Okay, so if you want melon also, then you would have to give 6 over here. Okay, and if you want mango also, then what you have to do? If you want mango also, you could just remove this, and then from cherry till the end, the list would come. Or most probably you could have done like 7. Yeah, so it is the same. So you could do 7, or you could just remove this, so it could have come till mango. So you understand, it would bring whatever you give the second number, it would bring the items from the specified first number. So like from 2 index till the number you give -1. Okay, so like you give the 5, so it would bring it till index 4. Index 4 was kiwi, so cherry, orange, and kiwi. So this is a range. I hope you understood. If you still have doubts, comment it down below. Okay. Note the search will start at index 2 included, and it would end at index 5 not included. So the search would start at index 2, that will be included, and it would end at index 5. Index 5 would not be included, but my index 5's previous one would be included. Remember that the first item has index 0, that you all know. By leaving out the start value, the range will start at the first item. So if you leave out the start value and you don't give the start value, then it would bring it till the end value from the starting. Okay, so you have not given the start value, so it will bring it from apple till orange, because fourth is this, and it is not included, so orange. So like apple till orange. Okay, quite cool. By leaving out the end value, the range will go to the end of the list. Similarly, if you leave the end value, it would go to the end of the list. So like you have left the end value, so it would go to the end of the list. So like 2 is cherry and you have left the end value, so it is going to the end of the list. Okay, now we have seen how can we do range of indexes, but let's see how to do range of negative indexes. Similarly, we have a range of negative indexes, and then we will do check if item exists. First, let's do range of negative indexes. Specify negative indexes if you want to start the search from the end of the list. If you want to start the search from the end of the list, you can specify negative indexes. So like here we have this list. This example returns the item from orange minus what? 2, but not including mango minus 1. Okay. So we are giving minus 4. Okay. So this is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So from orange and minus 1. So till melon, because this is not included. Okay, so let's try it. And we have the same rule with this also, with negative indexes also. If we leave the last one, then it would take it till the end. Okay, but if we leave the first one, then it would go from starting till the index you have specified, negative index. Okay, so from apple till melon. Okay, so check if item exists. Now let's see how to check if item exists. To determine if a specified item is present in a list, use the in keyword. So you have to use the in keyword. So like here we have this list. So this example checks if apple is present in the list. So like here we have this list, and we are doing if apple in this list. So we are checking if apple is in this list. Okay, then print yes, apple is in the fruits list. Okay, so like apple is in this list, so it would print yes, apple is in the fruits list. Okay, quite cool. And we have just completed this chapter also, and let's take a short 15 seconds break. You and I deserve it. Literally, we deserve it. Oh, so good feeling. I'm feeling so good. Oh yeah, I'm feeling so good. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh, dizzy. I'm very dizzy now, and I can't bear it more. And I'm too excited to finish this, so I say let's continue. Let's take a break. 5 seconds, please, guys. Let's have a good stretch, guys. Oh. Guys, let's continue. So we are on Python change list items. So change item value. So to change the value of a specific item, refer to the index number. So to change the item, we have learned how to access list items, and we have learned how to make lists. But let's see how to change a list or change items. So like to change the value of a specific item, refer to the index number. So here we have this list, and we want to change, for example, we want to change the second element. So its index is 1. So first we will access it. So first we have accessed it. Then we will give equals to, and then whatever we want the change value, we would give it. over after equals to, and then if you print this list, it would print apple, blackcurrant, cherry, because we have changed banana's value to blackcurrant. Okay, quite cool. Okay, now we are on changing a range of item values. Changing a range of item values. To change the value of items within a specific range. So if you want to change the value of items within a specific range, define a list with new values and refer to the range of index numbers where you want to insert the new values. So to change the values of items within a specific range, define a list with new values. So define a list with new values and refer to the range of index numbers where you want to insert the new values. So like here we want it to from 1, so from 1 till 3, and 3 is not included, so 2. 1 and 2. So it would be blackcurrant and watermelon. We are changing banana and cherry basically to blackcurrant and watermelon. Okay. So we are accessing the range and then we are changing them by giving a new list. Okay. And if I, like, for example, give 1 till 4 and I give these many elements only, then see what happens. It will show, it is showing us apple, blackcurrant, watermelon, and then it is not showing us orange, it is directly showing us kiwi. Why? So look, we have given 1 till 4 and 4 is not included, so 1 till 3. 1, this is 1, this is 2 and this is 3. But we have given two values, so banana is changing to blackcurrant and cherry is changing to watermelon. But we are not changing orange to anything. We are basically changing it to empty. So it is like empty and it is being removed basically. So it has been removed from the list. And the final list is apple, blackcurrant, watermelon, kiwi and mango. Okay. So if you insert more items than you replace, the new items will be inserted where you specified and the remaining items will move accordingly. So if you want like 1 till 2, 2 is not included, so 1. Okay, so this would be changed to blackcurrant and then watermelon would be added there only. What? Oh, sorry. We are changing banana. 1 till 2 is 1. So this is banana. And cherry. So cherry not included. So 1 till 1. So we are changing banana to blackcurrant. Okay, so banana is changing to blackcurrant. And the second item would be added there only. So it would be added there where you have specified. Okay. So this is when you give more values you want to change than you want to change. So note the length of the list will change when the number of items inserted does not match the number of items replaced. Okay, so the length of the list would be changed when the length of the list will change when the number of items inserted does not match the number of items replaced. If you insert less items than you replace, the new items will be inserted where you specified. So the new items would be inserted where you specified and the remaining items will move accordingly. Like if you give 1 till 3 and you only give watermelon, okay, 1 till 3, 3 is not included, so 1 to 2, 1, this is 1 and this is 2. And you are only giving watermelon. So these both are being changed to watermelon. So over here also the length is being changed. So these both are being changed to watermelon. Okay. So now let's see how to insert items. To insert a new list item without replacing any of the existing values, you can use the insert method. So to insert a new item, a new list item without replacing any of the existing values, we can use the insert method. The insert method inserts an item at the specified index. So you have to give two parameters to it. One is the index where you want to insert the item, and the second is the item that you want to insert. Okay, and whatever index you give over there, the this would be the item would be inserted. So it is inserting watermelon as a third item, this example. So here we have this list, apple, banana, cherry. We are inserting at the index 2, so 0, 1 and 2, so it would insert it over here, watermelon. So it is inserting watermelon at the second index. So it will give apple, banana, watermelon and then cherry, and then it is printing this list, so it will show us. So apple, banana, watermelon and cherry. For instance, if you wanted to add it in the end, then how would you do it? You just give 3 over here. And just see. Okay. You could have also given, like, if you give -1, then maybe it would be inserted over here. Maybe. Yeah, I told you -1 would not work. So you could have given, if you want to insert it in the end, you could have given it like 3. So it is being inserted in the end. But to insert it in the end, there is another method that we will learn in the next chapter that we are gonna do right now. So note, as a result of the example above, the list will now contain 4 items. So because of this example, the list's length has also been changed. Now you're on add list items. So there's a method that adds list items to the end. So we will see that method in this chapter. Let's take a 5-second break. This feels good. After chapter by chapter by chapter by chapter by chapter, this feels good, and I don't want to rotate. I just want to sit here and relax. Oh, I would fall asleep if I close my eyes. Let's not close my eye. Oh, just a bit of stretch. It would go handy for me. Okay, let's continue once again. So adding list items. So append items. So to add an item to the end of the list, use the append method. So I told you there is a method to add items to the end of the list. And if you want to add items to the end of the list, use the append method. Using the append method to append an item. So if you do this list.append orange, then it would append orange in the end. So it would add orange in the end. So the list now would be apple, banana, cherry, orange. And when we are printing it, it would show us. Okay. So now we are on insert items. To insert a list item at a specified index, use the insert method. So if you want to add the item at a specified index, use the insert method. The insert method inserts an item at the specified index. So the insert method inserts an item at the specified index. So insert an item at the second position. So if you want to insert an item at the second position, what you will do, you will give the second position's index. Second position index is 1. So it would, at 1 you are giving orange. So it would add orange at the second position. So it would be now apple, orange, banana and cherry. Then we are printing it, so it would be, you could see it, apple, orange, banana and cherry. Note, as a result of the examples above, the list will now contain 4 items. So it would now contain 4 items. Now this is a new method for us, extend list. How to extend list? To append elements from another list to current list. So if you want to append elements from another list to the current list, use the extend method. So if, for example, if you want some list items, all its items to be added to the current list, then use the extend method. So add the item of tropical to this list. So here we have this list, apple, banana, cherry. Then we have a tropical list. Its values is mango, pineapple, papaya. So now we are doing this list dot extend tropical. Okay, so this list will be extended by tropical. So all the elements of tropical will come in this list, and tropical will remain unchanged, whereas this list will have apple, banana, cherry, mango, pineapple, papaya. Okay, as we have extended it using by tropical, and then we are printing this list. So tropical will remain unchanged. So if we print tropical, it should remain unchanged. Tropical is unchanged. So tropical is basically unchanged. So tropical is unchanged, but this list is being extended by tropical. That's why all its items have come in this list. Okay, in the end, and this list is being changed. Okay, now, okay, so now if I do tropical dot extend by tropical, if I do tropical extend by tropical only, then what would happen? You guessed it right, it would be mango, pineapple, papaya and mango, pineapple, papaya, because we are extending tropical by the tropical list only. Okay, so like tropical, we are extending tropical by the tropical list. So tropical has these three, and we are extending tropical by these three only. So it would give us mango, pineapple, papaya, mango, pineapple, papaya. Tropical. Okay, as I said, and if I do tropical dot extend by this list, okay, then if I try this list over here, what would it come? It would come apple, banana, cherry only, because this list is now unchanged as we are extending tropical by this list. So like tropical, if you try to print tropical, it would be changed. Tropical's value is mango, pineapple, papaya, apple, banana, cherry. Okay, mango, pineapple, papaya, apple, banana, cherry. The elements will be added to the end of the list. So the elements would be added to the end of the list. Okay. Now let's see how to add any iterable. We have added a list in a list, but how to add any iterable? Iterables, what are iterables? Now let me explain you. Iterables are data types through which you can loop through. Okay, so you could loop through iterables. So like I have a question for you. Can you loop through strings? Yes, you can. Can you loop through lists? Yes, you can. Can you loop through tuples? Yes, you can. So every data type through which you can loop through, it is a iterable. But like, can you loop through numbers? No, you can't. Can you loop through booleans? No, you can't. Okay, you can loop through lists, you could loop through strings, you could loop through sets, you could loop through dictionaries, you could loop through everything instead of numbers and booleans. So add any iterable. So the extend method does not have to append lists. So it does not have to append lists. You can add any iterable object like tuples, sets and dictionaries. So the extend method does not have to append lists. You can add any iterable objects such as tuple, sets and dictionary. So here you created this list, apple, banana, cherry. Then you create this tuple, kiwi and orange. Then you do this list dot extend this tuple. So you are extending this list by this tuple. So now its value is apple, banana, cherry, as tuple is an iterable, and you are using the extend method on this list and you are extending it by this tuple. So if we print this list, it would come apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, orange. But see, if we give this tuple dot extend this list, then what would happen? I'll just draw it. It is giving us an error because this tuple is an iterable, but it does not have any extend method. Okay, so you can't extend tuples using the extend method. Extend method is only meant to extend lists by any iterable. Okay, so this was what I wanted to show you, and we have completed this also. We are on remove list items, and we will do it after a short break. Now let's have a break. I'm not gonna go round and round. I'm just gonna take a short rest. Guys, I really love you guys for all your support. Oh, let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Continue. Remove list items. So now we are on remove list items. So remove a specified item. So you can remove a specified item using the remove method. So the remove method removes the specified item. So here you have this list, and then you are doing this list dot remove, and you are removing the banana item. So it would remove banana, and in this list apple and cherry would remain. So apple and cherry are remaining in this list. So remove specified index. Okay, so how to remove list items using the index? So the pop method removes the specified index. So the pop method removes the value at the specified index. So if you want to remove the second item using the pop method, what you will do this list dot pop, and you will give the index that you want to remove. Okay, so you will give the index. So you would give the items index that you want to remove. Okay, here I want to remove the second item, so we are giving the index 1, and then we are printing it. So it is being popped from it. It is being removed. So if you don't specify the index, the pop method removes the last item. So if you don't specify the index, the pop method will remove the last item. So here we have not specified the index, so the pop method is removing the last item. Okay, so the del keyword also removes the specified index. So the del keyword also removes the specified index. So if you want to remove the first item, what you will do? You will create this list, and then you will use the del keyword, and then you would give this list, and you want to remove the first item, so you would give the 0th index. 0th index is apple, so apple is being removed, and if we print it, we will get banana and cherry. If I give 1 over here, it would be apple and cherry because banana is being removed. Okay, so the del keyword can also delete the list completely. The del keyword can delete the list completely. Okay, so we are deleting the list and then print this list. It is giving us an error. This list is not defined because it has deleted the list and now it can't find the list. Okay. Now if you want to clear the list, the clear method empties the list. So the clear method empties the list still remains but it has no content. Okay, the list remains but it has no content. So the clear method has it clears all the list, but the list still remains. So like here we have apple, banana, cherry. We are doing this list dot clear, and then we are printing this list, so it is an empty list because it is being cleared. Its items are being cleared, but it is still remaining. Okay, and we have completed this chapter also. We deserve a short break, so let's take it once again. Guys, I really like, we have done 5 chapters and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this does not count, it is short exercise and this is just type a recap. So 5 chapters remain. This is cool, this is cool, this is cool. Guys, I'm very having a stretch, guys. Okay, let's continue. So Python loop list. So loop through a list. You can loop through the list items by using a for loop. So you can loop through list items using the for loop. So print all items in the list one by one. So this example will print all the items in the list one by one. So this list, you are creating a this list, then you are looping through it for x in this list. So first x value is apple, then banana, then cherry. Okay, and every time it goes in the loop, it would print x. So it is a print gives a line break by default. So apple, then banana, then cherry is being printed. If we directly print a list, then what happens? If we directly print a list, then what happens? It shows it in a list format. So it is showing it in list format. Okay. So learn more about for loops in Python for loops. So we will do for loops some other time. So if you want to loop through the index numbers, we have looped through the list. But if you want to loop through the index numbers, so you can also loop through the list items by referring to the index number. So you can also loop through the list items by referring to the index number. Use the range and length function to create a suitable iterable. So let's see what this example is doing. This example print all items by referring to the index number. Okay. So here you have this list. Okay. And then we have a for loop I in range. So range, length, this list. So I'll explain you everything. First it is going over here, length list. So it is taking out the length of this list. The length of this list is 3. So 3 is coming. Then what range method is doing? It is creating a list from 0 till 3. Okay, and then we are doing for I in range, length, this list, and then what we are doing in this, we are printing this list I. So it is not creating a list from 0 till 3, it is creating a list from 0 till 2 including 2. Okay, so like here if this statement is equals to 0, 1, 2, this is equals to this. The before thing was equal to this. Okay. So this range method is creating a list, and then I is looping through. So first I is 0, then it is 1, and then it is 2. So basically it is indexes, right? And then we are doing print this list and then I. So we are accessing the element of this list using its index. So the iterable created the iterable created in an example above is 0, 1, 2. So this thingy created a list 0, 1, 2. So using a while loop, we used for loop, but now we will use while loop, and then we will do list comprehension. So using a while loop, you can loop through the list items by using a while loop also. So using the length function to determine the length of the list, then start at 0 and loop your way through the list items by referring to their indexes. Remember to increase the index by 1 after each iteration. So print all items using a while loop to go through all index numbers. So here we have this list, then we have a I equals to 0. We are doing while I is less than length this list. So till I is less than the length of this list, so till I is less than 3, we are gonna do print this list I, okay, and then we are gonna do, we are adding i's value by 1, then it would loop. So what is happening basically, first I is 0, so 0 is less than 3, because here 3 is coming, 0 is less than 3, so it would print this list 0, then I is added by 1, so i's value is 1, so it is checking, so 1 is less than 3, so it goes in, it prints and it adds i's value, so it is 2, so 2 is less than 3, so it is printing the second also, and it adds value, but 3 is not less than 3, so when statement is false, so when 3 is when i's value is 3, this would come out, so it is working like a for loop. Okay, so this is how you can work with while loops also. While loop has a condition, and when that condition is false, it would break through the loop, and till that condition is true, it would stay in there. If I remove this, then what will happen? Everything would hang, because basically because it would be in an infinite loop. It would loop, it would never get out, because i's value is 0, so it would go in this, it would do 0, then it would come back 0 again, so it is printing it, then come back, it is 0 is less than this, then come back, so i's value will always remain 0, and it would always be less than 3, so it would be in an infinite loop, a never ending loop. Look, it is taking so much of time to bring the result. So like you see, it is showing apple, 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 apple. It is basically an infinite loop. Okay, it is an infinite loop, it is never ending loop. Okay, so learn more about while loop. Okay, so always remember to increase the value of I. Now let's see how to loop using list comprehension. List comprehension offers the shortest syntax for looping through list. So list comprehension offers the shortest syntax to looping through list. So a shorthand for loop that will print all items in a list. So here we have this list, apple, banana, cherry. Then this is list comprehension. What we are going, it would first go in this statement for x in this list, and then it would print x. Okay, so what it was, it print x, so like for it would first go over here. So it would do for X in this list. Okay, it is. So first it is apple, then banana, then cherry. Okay, so first it does for X in this list. So X value is apple, so it goes over here and prints apple. Then it goes over here for X in this list, banana. Now its value is banana, so it prints banana. Then it goes here and then X value is cherry. Then it would print X, so it would come cherry. So this is a very short syntax, shorthand syntax for loop that will print all items in a list. Okay, so this is very short and very good. So learn more about list comprehension in the next chapter. So we are gonna do the next chapter today only. So you will learn more about list comprehension in it. Let's take a break, guys. Quite tired. After doing so many chapters, I'm quite tired. Okay, guys, let's continue. Okay, so Python list comprehension. So let's see what is. I want a sip of water. Here it is. So I'll just have it. I spilled a bit, but it's okay. Okay. Ooh, quite cool. Yeah. Okay. So list comprehension. List comprehension offers a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. So you understand? List comprehension offers a shorter syntax when you want to create a new list based on the values of an existing list. For example, based on a list of fruits, you want a new list containing only the fruits with letter A in the name. So based on a list of fruits, you want a new list containing only the fruits with letter A in the name. Without list comprehension, you will have to write the for statement with a conditional test inside. Okay, so without list comprehension, you will have to do it like this. First, you have to create a fruits list, then you would have to create a new list. Then what you have to do for X and fruits. So you will check if A in X. So the if letter A is in X. Okay, so like then it would append that fruit, or else it would just ignore that fruit and move on to the next one when this all the checking is done. Okay. So with list comprehension, you can do all that with only one line of code. So you could do all that with only one line of code. That is that you could do new list for X and fruits if A in X and then X. So what it would do in new list, it would do that first it would loop for X and fruits. So first X is apple, then banana, then cherry, then kiwi, then mango. Then it gives an if statement if A in X. So if there is A in the fruit that comes, then it would go over here and then it would add X to new list. Else it would just continue the loop. Then we print new list. So apple, banana and mango have A in them, so that's why new list contains apple, banana and mango. So now let's see the proper syntax. New list equals to expression for item in iterable if condition equals to true. So this is the syntax. So like expression, you give the expression. So then for item in iterable if condition equals to true. Okay. The return value is a new list leaving the old list unchanged. So old list will not be changed. So if you print fruits, it would not be changed. It would remain the same. It is not, we are not changing fruits, we are changing new list. Okay? Okay, so fruits is apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, mango, as we defined. Okay? So it does not uh, uh, change the old list. Now the condition. The condition is like a filter that only accepts the item that evaluate to true. So the condition is like a filter that only accepts the items that evaluate to true. So only accept items that are not apple. So this will only accept items that are not apple. So with new list x, so first over here it will loop. So x in fruit. So first x is apple, then banana, then cherry, then kiwi, then mango. So it would go in that. So it would check that if x is not apple, then only it would go over here and it would append it to it. If it is not apple, if it is apple, then it would just ignore that and then continue with the loop. So the answer is banana, cherry, kiwi and mango. Okay, when we are printing new list. So the condition if x is not equals to apple will return true for all elements other than apple. Okay, so it would return true for all elements other than apple, making the new list contain all fruits except apple. So the condition is optional and can be omitted. So this condition is optional, you can omit it, certainly omit it. So with no if statement it is like this. So it would loop through fruits, then it would add whatever the fruit is there. Then it would loop again, then it would add another fruit. First it is apple, x is apple, we are adding it. Then it is banana, so then we are adding it. Then it is cherry and so on. Okay, now let's see an iterable. The iterable can be any iterable object like a list, tuple, set, etc. So the iterable can be any iterable object. Okay, so you can use the range function to create an iterable. So you can use the range function to create an iterable. So new list x for x in range 10. So what will happen? This would create a list from 0 till 9 range, and first x is 0, then it is 1, then it is 2, then it is 3, then it is 4. Okay, and we are in a new list, we are adding that. So like first it is 0, then we are adding it, then it is 1, then we are adding it, then it is 2, then we are adding, and so on. Okay, like this. Same example but with a condition. So this is the same example with a condition. So this example accepts only numbers that are lower than 5. So we are making a list from 0 till 9, and then we are checking if the number is lower than 5, then it would add it, else it would not. So like it would add 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 because these numbers are lower than 5. Okay, expression. Okay. Where are we? Oh yeah, expression. The expression is the current item in the iteration. So the expression is the current item in the iteration, but it is also the outcome. So it is also the outcome which you can manipulate before it ends up like a list item in a new list. So this example says the value of new list to uppercase. So like what we are doing, we are looping through fruits, and x is first apple, then banana, then cherry, and when it would add it in new list, it would first convert the letters of it to uppercase and then add it to new list. So the output is apple, then banana, then cherry in all uppercase. Okay, you can set the outcome to whatever you like. So you can set the outcome to whatever you like. So it set all values in new list to hello. So the outcome is hello now. So like here we have apple, banana, cherry, kiwi, mango. So first X is apple, but we are adding hello in new list. Then it is banana, then we are adding hello in new list. Then it is cherry, then we are adding hello in new list. So it is adding hello 5 times in new list, like this. Okay. So the expression can also contain conditions, not like a filter. So not like a filter, but as a way to manipulate the outcome. But as a way to manipulate the outcome. So return orange instead of banana. So what is happening? It is here the other new list. First it will go in this loop. Okay, for x in fruits. Then it will check if x is not equals to banana. Okay, then this it would come here and append the x to new list. But when it is banana, it would go in else and it would append orange in new list. So in new list, instead of banana, we would have orange. So the expression in the example above says, return the item if it is not banana. If it is banana, return orange. Okay, so apple, then orange is coming because it found banana and instead of banana it gave orange. Okay, and then we have completed the chapter. So next chapter we are gonna do after a short break. I'm very tired. Oh. Basically, after the sort lists, we would have these two main chapters, and then finally we are done. Then after list methods and list exercises, we are done. I need a short stretch. My throat is tired. Speaking so much of stuff. Let me wait a second. I will just. Yeah, my refreshing tube. Okay. Wanna see it once again? Okay. So Python sort list. Sort list alphanumerically. So let's see how to sort list alphanumerically. List object have a sort method that will sort the list alphanumerically ascending by default. Okay, so list objects have a sort method that will sort the list alphanumerically ascending by default. So in ascending order by default. Okay, so this is alphanumerically. So B comes first, so B bananas come. After that K comes, so kiwi. Then M comes, so mango. Then O comes, so orange. And then P comes, then pineapple. Okay, so this is how to sort it alphanumerically in ascending. So if you want to sort the list numerically, how you would do it in ascending order? So like 150, 65, 82 and 23 we are sorting it. So like to sort the list, first of all you have to do this list, the name of the list dot sort, so it would sort it. This was how you do it alphanumerically, and here it is how to do it numerically. In numerically, it's like 23 is smaller, so 23 is coming, then 50 is coming because then it is smaller, then 65 is smaller, then 82 is small, and then 100 because it is the largest. Okay, quite cool. But I want to show you one thing. If I add this in all quotes, 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 quotes. Then what would come? I'm gonna tell you. First 100 would come, then 23 would come, then 50 would come, then 65 would come, then 82 would come. Okay, you must be raising the question, why 100 is coming first? Okay, and then why 23 is coming and then 50? Because this is sorting it alphanumerically. Alphanumerically, if we sort, 1 is the smallest, so 100 is coming. Then 2 is the smallest, so 23 is coming. Then 5 is small, so 50 is coming. Then 6 is small, so 65 is coming. And then 8 is small, so 82 is coming. So you basically understand? Yeah, I do. Very logical. Okay, so you have to make sure that numbers are not in quotes when you're sorting, else it would create a result that would not be so expected. Okay, so sort descending. How to sort in descending order? So to sort descending, use the keyword argument reverse equals to true. So if you want to sort it in descending, you have to do reverse equals to true. So it would sort it in descending order. So like this. Reverse is true. Similarly, if you want to sort it in descending order with numbers, you just have to give reverse equals to true as a argument. So it would sort it in descending order. Like 100 is the biggest, so 100 is coming. Then 82 is the biggest, so 82 is coming. Then 65, then 50, and then 23. But as I told you, if we add these all in quotes, I'll just so it would be descending, like first 82 would come, then 65 would come, then 50 would come, then 23 would come, and then 100 would come. Why? 82 is 8 is the biggest, 82 will come, then 6 is the biggest, so 65 would come, then 5 is the biggest, so 50 would come, then 2 is the biggest, so 23 would come, and then 1 is the smallest, so 100 is coming. Okay, so make sure that numbers are not in quotes. Okay, and one more thing, while sorting, you can't sort like you can't do like this. Like here you have letters, and then in sorting you can't do like this, like with strings with numbers. So you can't sort strings with numbers. It would give you an error. Okay, because okay, so you can't sort between string and integer. Okay, okay, so now we are on customize the sort function. So to customize the sort function, so you can also customize your own function by using the keyword argument key equals to function. So you can also customize your own function by using the keyword argument key equals to function. The function will return a number that will be used to sort list, the lowest number first. So sort the list based on how close the number is to 50. So here you have a my function. In that you are returning the absolute value of n minus 50. Okay, so like what is happening? In this sort, we are doing key equals to my function. So first key is 100, then it is 50, then it is 65. Okay, and like basically we are passing key to my function. So key is 100, then 50, then 65. So when it is 100, it will go over here. It would return an absolute value. So 100 minus 50 is 50, and its absolute value is also 50. Then 50 would come. Okay. And then same thing would happen with it, and it would sort according to the return value. Okay, so like 50, it would be passed 50 minus 50, 0, 0's absolute value is 0, so it was sorting accordingly. Okay, and when we reach 23, 23 is passed, it is returning an absolute value. 23 minus 50 is minus 27, so absolute value of it is 27. Okay, so it is going 50, 65, 23, 82 and 100. So this is according to how close is the number is to 50. Okay, now we are on case sensitive sort, then we are on reverse order, and this also is done. So case insensitive sort. By default, the sort method is case sensitive, resulting in all capital letters being sorted before lowercase. So case sensitive sorting can give unexpected results. Okay, so you see what is happening. First kiwis came, then orange, then banana, and then cherry. Why? Because the capital letters have a smaller value than small letters. Okay, so and then these both are capital, so it compares these both. K comes first, then orange, before orange, so kiwi is coming, then orange is coming, then banana, and then cherry. Okay, so if you want to make it case insensitive, then how you can use it? Luckily, we can use built-in function as key functions when sorting a list. So if you want a case sensitive sort function, use string dot. If you want case insensitive sort function, use string dot lower as a key function. So what we have to do? Key equals to str dot lower. So it would lowercase whatever the value is and then sort. So it would be proper sort. Okay, so this is proper sort. Finally, we are on reverse order. So what if you want to reverse the order of a list regardless of the alphabet? So what if you want to reverse the order of a list? If you want to reverse the order of the list regardless of the alphabet, the reverse method reverses the current sorting order of the elements. So the reverse method reverses the current sorting order of the elements. So in this example reverses the order of this list item. So if you do the reverse, so it would reverse the whole list. It would not check the value, it would just reverse the whole list. So the last element is then the second last, then third last, then fourth last. And we have completed this chapter. I'll just come in a second. Let's take a very short break. Okay, so Python copy list. Copy a list. You cannot copy a list simply by you typing list2 equals to list1. Okay, so you cannot copy a list simply by typing list2 equals to list1, because list2 will only be a reference to list1, and changes made in list1 will automatically also made in list2. So what happening? If you do list2 equals to list1, so what will happen? Or every variable you make is pointing to a memory location. So a variable you make is pointing to a memory location. Okay, and if you do list2 equals to list1, then the list2 variable will also point to the same memory location. So two variables will point to the same memory location. Then the memory location has one value. So the memory location has one value, and list2 and list1 will always have the same value. So if you change the list to, it would go to the memory location, it would change the value, and both the variables value would be changed. And then if you change list 1, then both the variables values also change. That's why list 2 would just remain a reference if you do like this. It would not be a new list. Okay. There are ways to make a copy. One way is to use the built-in list method copy. Okay, one way is to use the list method copy. So this list equals to apple, banana, cherry, and then my list, this list dot copy. So you're copying the this list, and then in my list this list is coming. Okay, and it is a real copy. It is not a reference. Okay. Another way to make a copy is to use the built-in method list. So another way to make a copy is this. So let's make a copy of the list using the list method. So like this list, you have a this list, in my list you are doing list, this list. So you are creating a making a copy, and then you are giving the copy to my list, and then you are printing my list. So my list would be a copy. I prefer the the built-in copy method, but you may like this method also, so you can use that also. And this is done. Now finally we have join list, and then we will see list method, and then we will do list exercise. Okay, let's finish off this chapter, and then let's do list methods, and then let's do a couple of exercises. So join two lists. There are several ways to join or concatenate two or more lists in Python. So there are several ways to join two lists. One of the easiest ways are by using the plus operator. One of the easiest ways to use the plus operator. So join two lists. Here you have a list 1. Here you have the list 2 also. List 3 equals to list 1 plus list 2. So it is joining the two lists, and it is giving it to list 3. Then we print list 3. So it would be A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Another way to join two lists are by appending all the items from list 2 into list 1 one by one. Okay, so another way is this. Like here you have a list 1, then list 2. So you're doing for x in list 2. So first x value is 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, so list 1 dot append x. So in list 1 we are appending 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, so it would be list 1 is ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay. Or you can use the extend method. So you can also use the extend method, which purpose is to add elements from one list to another list. So use the extend method to add list 2 at the end of list 1. So here you have a list 1, then list 2, and then we are doing list 1 dot extend list 2. So in list 1 we are adding list 2. So using the extend method. Okay, so you can use all of the three methods. You could do it using a for loop one by one, or you could do it by the plus operator, or you can do it using the extend. So it is all the same thing. Everything is the same thing. Finally, we are on the list methods. Let's see them. Python has a set of built-in methods that you can use on lists. One is the append method that we all know. It adds an element at the end of the list. Second, we have a clear method that removes all the elements from the list. Okay, we know the clear method. Okay, so if we clear, then it would just leave the brackets. Yeah, and it clears all the content of the list. Third is the copy, and it returns a copy of the list. So we all know the copy, like how to, we all know what is the copy method. We learned it in copy lists. Okay. Fourth is the count. It returns the number of elements with the specified values. Okay. So we all we don't know count. Let's see. So count, if you go give cherry over here, then fruits.count cherry. So it would give us 1 because there is only one cherry in it. So fruits.count cherry would give 1. If I give another cherry in it, so it would give cherry. So it would give 2 because now there are 2 cherries in it. Okay. So count method basically takes out the count of how many. Count method returns the number of elements with the specified value. Then we have an extend method. We all know that it adds the element of a list or any iterable to end of the current list. Then we have an index method. It returns the index of the first element with the specified value. So like here we have a index method, x is equals to index cherry. So it would return the index of the first occurrence of whatever you give. So if I give cherry over here, what will it come? Tell me guys. It would still come 2 because it brings the first occurrence, okay, that it finds. So it finds cherry first at 2, second position, so it is bring 2. Okay. Then we have our insert method. We all know that it adds an element at the specified position. Then we have a pop method that we all know it removes the element at the specified position. Then we have a remove method. We all know that also, that it removes the item with the specified value. Then we have a reverse. Okay, we all know that it reverses the order of the list. And finally we have a sort method. We all know that also, it sorts the list. Finally we are on exercises. So are you ready for the exercises? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so print the second item in the fruits list. You print the second item in the fruits list. How would you do it? It's simple. You access the second item by fruits 1. So this must be the answer. Change the value from apple to kiwi in the fruits list. That is also easy. First access apple using fruits 0. Then change its value to kiwi in quotes. Okay, simple. Then use the append method to add orange to the fruits list. Easy. Just do fruits dot append and just do orange, and it would append it. Simple. Then we have used the insert method to add lemon as the second item in the fruit list. This is also easy. Just do fruits dot insert and then second item, so 1 and comma. Okay. Then use the remove method to remove banana from the fruits list. That is also easy. Just do fruits dot remove banana. Easy. Then use negative indexing to print the last item in the list. Easy. Just do fruits. Easy. Exercise 7. Use a range of indexes to print the third, fourth and fifth. That is also easy. 2 and 5. And finally we have exercise 8, final exercise. Use the correct syntax to print the number of items in the list. That's quite easy. Use the length method. Submit answer correct. And we have done the exercise. So we have done this list. So thank you guys. If you like the video, don't forget to smash the like button and share this video with as many people as you can. And if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do it so that you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you guys. Bye. Stay safe, stay healthy and keep watching my videos. Dab!